Hello everyone, my name is Akash Kumar and I am a student of Master of Science from International Business Management 2025 January intake. My student ID is ST203209227 and today I am giving the presentation on Global Corporate Sustainability, which is the individual presentation of PRES1. Module code is MSM7047. I hope you will like my presentation and I am gonna start with the next slide where I will give the introduction to you all of you about my presentation. Have a nice day and ready to prepare. I am gonna talk about the introduction now. Introduction, which is I'm gonna talk about Jingdong, which is also known as JD.com with its short name, is determined to be a globally sustainable under the changing condition of e-commerce pressure. Hello everyone, I will start my presenting the role of JD.com in the world sustainability arena. We will discuss two themes underlying one of which is how the culture diversity and social impact are reflected in JD.com and moreover how the firm is doing in finance, investment and reporting. To make our analysis scholarly, we will use a stakeholder theory and the four pillars of sustainability. The highlighted issue will also be discussed in two significant contexts in this presentation, including culture diversity and social impact and finance, investment and reporting. So in the second slide, I will talk about the global corporate sustainability overview. Sustainability is the ability to satisfy the current generation but at the same time not reducing the future generation. This slide states my definition of sustainability in global corporate context. The responsibility over time is outlined in the Brownland definition. Corporate sustainability is now requiring that it incorporates E, S, and G, which is step further than CSR. JD.com has a social and environmental performance framework provided by UN SDGs, including SDG 8 decent work, SDG 10 reduce inequalities, and SDG 10 responsible consumption. United Nations SDGs give the corporate contribution and accountability a worldwide standard. Corporate sustainability incorporates the environmental, social, and governance aspects in the strategy. In the fourth slide, I will talk about JD.com organizational profile and strategic sustainability goals. In RMB US dollar, JD.com earned revenue of RMB 158.8 billion in the entire year 2024. It is also given on the JD 2024A article. So if we talk about this numbers, then this is a scope strategic and tends to JD.com. The amount of revenue is used to indicate the business size, its sustainability, reporting is transparent and with the intent of incorporating sustainability. This company produced early ESG report with the last edition of 2024 which will inform on its progress in environmental and social matters. Its vision statement is the technology to do good and it includes exclusive logistics in the city and countryside markets. So if we talk about the cultural diversity in JD.com's global workforce, the team of JD.com is based in various provinces of China and international markets, and it demands the skill of cross-cultural management. This slide presents me with an opportunity to discuss culture diversity in JD.com because the company is China-based but is beginning to access global suppliers and satisfy the needs of global consumers. Culture competence is required based on the Hofstede model. As an example, a high power distance culture can prevent bottom-up feedback, which JD will need to counterbalance the global practices towards flatter structures. The challenges encountered by the company include balancing centralized logistic efficiency with localization and inclusion in offering leaderships. Slide 6 represents about the theoretical framework on stakeholder theory. The stakeholder theory will state that firms should not only generate value for stakeholders In this case, I will use stakeholder theory of Freeman 1984. In relation to JD.com, the theory upholds that organizations such as JD.com can no longer exist on shareholder returns as they have to consider aspects such as employee welfare, fairness to the supplier, communal well-being, investor returns, here discussed as one of the stakeholder orientation. The empowerment of the neural population bridges brings benefits to the social influence but also to logistical coverage. In order to legitimate and have an advantage over the competition, JD.com should closely weigh the profit objective against the welfare of stakeholders. Social impact empowering local communities. The rural logistic network of Cherry.com has lowered the urban access inequality to rural areas in China. Disaster relief and education program in Cherry Foundation served by the needy populations, which is given in the article of Cherry 2025b. In this case, the slide explores the social impacts of activities to JD.com. The logistic network of company contributes to the delivery of goods to distant area, eliminating inequalities in terms of accessibility. The social value of the work done by the foundation is enhanced by the education and relief work. Measurable results are presented, but questions of scalability and change of the system are deeper. In this way, we can knowledge about that how JD also invests on the social helps, like how they help if there is any disaster come in the market, which is also a very big power of the JD.com. The theoretical framework on four pillars of sustainability. It consists of four pillars such as environmental, social, human, and economic dimensions of sustainability. Environmental pillar. JD.com also makes investment in green warehousing and delivery trucks to make its carbon footprint less significant. The four pillars of sustainability gives a valuable basis of analysis and approach of environmentally carbon reduction and projects to its sustainability pay. Socially and development diversity and community impact, which are overlapping with its wider corporate social responsibility, inactivates the economically proved to perform well in 2024, and its operating margin has reached to 3.35% as per Global Newswire. Economic pillar, the decision taken by the firm in regards to its profit and the investments should not be disfavor of the social and human pillars, which is the global newsfire in 2025. Social and human, the issue of the workforce development, diversity, and impact on the community concept. If we talk about the finance, investment, and reporting practices, the 2024 operating income in JD.com has increased to RMB 38.7 billion, USD 5.3 billion, with the enhanced margin of 3.3%. This slide describes the financial and reporting. JD.com financial stability is observed in the year of 2024 because operating income is RMB 38.7 billion and margin is one of the improvement. The ESG report demonstrates that JD.com is candid when it comes to environmental and social investments. The company released the ESG reports in GRI conformance and connects the investment and sustainability targets, which is given in the article of JD 2024b. The connection between sustainability and reporting the finance is based on the concept of triple bottom line, which is profit, people, and planet. The financial sustainability challenges. JD.com is encountering macroeconomic headwinds, regulatory risk, and increasing cost of ESG compliance risk in the country of China. In this case, I inquire about the issue of financial sustainability of JD.com. The slowdown of China competition with the Alibaba Group and PDT Holdings and other implies that JD.com has to ensure the growth of its profits. The profit pressure in short term may lead to conflict over the long-term stakeholder and sustainability promises, which is data given by the Calorie and Kim in 2025. JD.com has to balance between the returns to shareholders and the wider accountability to the stakeholders. The 11th slide represents about the integration of cultural and financial dimensions. The inclusive culture will increase ethical governance and enable investor confidence in JD.com. The slide is the analysis of convergence of cultural and financial aspects in JD.com. The benefit of the diverse workforce and the exercise of inclusion is that improved decision-making which facilitates the ethical governance, hence enhance investors' trust indirectly, culturally, and conscious supply chain management minimize the reputational risk as well as sustainability. Mixed culture teams lead to quicker innovation which is addition to financial performance and social impact. Employing both culture diversity and financial transparency to its advantage will provide JD.com with a competitive advantage in long run. In this advantage, they also help to increase their profit margin a lot, which helps them to increase the margin of profit and their shareholders also. A lot of shareholders start investing in JD because they are getting a good return. That's why JD become a most powerful in that time as of integration of culture and financial dimensions. In this 12th slide, we will discuss about future sustainability pathways and recommendations. JD.com needs to increase its worldwide leadership in ECG by adopting blockchain-based supply chain transparency. The company should step up cross-culture training in leadership and the number of women in management. So, I am giving practical recommendation in this slide. The blockchain or some other technologies would assist JD.com in tracking supply chain finances and fairness in mitigating the risk. Besides, the culture diversity is not one-time event and it requires the extensive leadership practice and empowerment of underrepresented groups, which is helped by increasing the number of men's and women's are minorities in this. To enhance the management of culture diversity measures and fiscal outcomes, JD.com bought to issue combined reports that connect SDG success, culture diversity, and financial outcomes every year. In conclusion, JD.com has been able to integrate culture diversity, social impact, and financial performance into sustainability models. The conclusion that can be made is that JD.com is currently in an exciting space where culture and social impacts and money will come together under the umbrella of sustainability. To remain successful over the long term, the firm needs to continue to improve on level of transparency within scope of the culture diversity and action. They remain financially disciplined and only after that will be promised becoming a truly sustainability global business be fulfilled. To achieve success in long-term perspective, JD.com needs to increase transparency and concurrent diversity, its culture and financial discipline. At the last slide, there are some references given that from where I collected my data for this assignment, which is from the JD 2024B ESG Sustainability, which is available at that link which is given. After that, I also take a data from JD 2025A corporate available, JD.com with 2025B our business, JD 2025C sustainability, and also there was HO ATM W and the Abacunda E2024 stakeholder theory and corporate social responsibility was also taken as a references in the last. You can even visit on the links to get a more knowledge about this whole assignment which I have provided to you all. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a nice day.